Ma'am, those are fine words, but if I can ask you, a direct, explicit question. In India, in the next 6 weeks, we have elections, including in India's most populous state, where about 55% of the population is double vaccinated. Another state of Punjab, which is about 43% double vaccinated. Do you believe it's wise to hold these kind of elections? They're outdoors, mind you, much of the campaigning. Is it wise to hold these large events, whether indoors or outdoors, in the next 6 to 8 weeks? Or would it be better to wait for 8 weeks and believe, as many believe, that just as Omicron has peaked quickly, it'll dip equally quickly? Do you subscribe to the view that Omicron will peak quickly and dip equally quickly?
It depends. It depends on population level immunity and a number of different factors. What we do know is that this virus and the variants will take advantage of mass gatherings if the right provisions are not in place. Our advice is to hold them as safely as possible or postpone the gatherings themselves so that people stay safe. If the gatherings take place outdoors rather than indoors, make sure that there's distancing in place, make sure that there's masks that are in place, testing, vaccination, and plans. Because if those provisions are not in place, the virus will take advantage and it will spread. And Omicron is very efficiently transmitted because it has the properties that allow the virus to adhere to cells more easily, as well as immune escape, which means people are less protected against reinfection, and so they can get reinfected. So please be extra cautious in the next coming weeks.
But would you say that this virus will come down as sharply as it peaked? Are you hopeful of that, as we've seen with South Africa? That can we say with any confidence that a month from now in India, Omicron cases will be fewer than they are today?
They potentially could be, but I know within this pandemic, we need to really remain humble and not allow it to take off. It could come down as quickly as it went up, but we do know it's very hard to come down off of that peak. It could be quite a bumpy ride down. And I think what we should do is that we should prevent as many infections as we can, and we certainly can prevent many deaths. So I think that's what we should be focused on, is making sure that we keep people safe, particularly those who are vulnerable and those who are not vaccinated.
Well, I think you've sent out several important messages, Dr. Van Kerkhove. As always, your wisdom enlightens us, and I'm glad that you've been able to reach out to this large Indian audience here today and tell us from your perch at the WHO how you see Omicron going ahead. Thank you so much for joining me there from Geneva.
Thank you so much for having me. Stay